Hey everyone, it's Laura. Thank you so much for joining us at the Backyard series today. We are going to go see our neighborhood artist Alexander Tamon at his home studio in Oklahoma. Now, Alexander is a mixed media artist, which means he creates with a lot of different art materials, and he's going to show us some of his artwork, and he's going to give us a tour of his studio, and we're also probably going to be able to meet his puppy. So I'm so excited to introduce you to Alex. So let's get on over to his backyard.
Okay, hi. This is Alexander Tamon. Welcome to my home/studio in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I live and work. I am a mixed media, interdisciplinary artist, and I love what I do. I create a little bit of everything. I do a lot of acrylic, a lot of mixed media work. I do murals. There's some contemporary, like Native American beadwork up there as well. I do some graphic design. Like, I really do a lot. How did I realize that I was an artist? That's something that I kind of wake up to pretty regularly. I still am taken aback by, the work and just different experiences like that. But as a kid, I was always gravitating towards art and creative things. I was very content being by myself and playing or getting into my mom's craft stuff. As an adolescent and young adult, I would spend my time procrastinating, doing art projects and things like that. So I kind of had a hunch, and then in 2012, that was kind of when I passively segued into professional art. By that point, I had done a few freelance jobs here and there, but a friend of mine at the time submitted my work to an art director behind my back when I was moving. I was getting rid of stuff, and she was like, "Don't, I'll take it." And so she took it and submitted it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I heard back from them, and they were extremely positive feedback, and I was like, "Hey, I think I could do this. This might be my thing." So why do I create what I create? I think it's a privilege to do so as an artist. I'm able to synthesize a lot of experiences, emotions, just everything, and turn it into something that is visually, emotionally, mentally, just really stimulating. And I'm able to evoke, I believe, necessary dialogues and conversations, a lot of times about difficult topics. I do a lot of work that focuses on social justice and human rights issues, or just the human experience, particularly on the emotional spectrum. And I really enjoy empowering people to get to know themselves and each other from a more mindful lens through art. Well, allow me to show you around the studio. That was pretty much it. Because this is where the magic happens. This huge easel that a buddy of mine actually gave me not so long ago. And then a lot of the paints and brushes and markers, just different things that I use probably with the most frequency I keep out here. Back behind those doors is another story. There are shelves and all kinds of things out there. But I kind of have to create in a semi clean and open space, because the creative process is very organic. And I have to swivel my TV around in case I'm binging on something on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, when I'm not listening to music or podcasts. But yeah, this is I love natural light. So I try to surround myself with as much of that and plant life as possible. Help filter the air, keep the space kind of clean and just really organic and natural and all that. Yeah.
Great.
This is where it happens. But this is it. My favorite teacher. That's like really hard to narrow down. Okay, top 3. So one of my first favorite teachers, and it's crazy that I'm even saying this because at the time he was like my least favorite. His name is Mr. Onifray. I went to Catholic school in Chicago or in Evanston, just outside Chicago, and he cut me absolutely no slack. He taught like I think all of my honors classes and like French and like just everything, and he was always just such a stickler for everything. But I don't know, somehow like he conveyed that he really like loved me and supported me and was really like he held me accountable. Mr. Warfield in high school, he was like over like the reptile club, and he taught like maybe biology and chemistry and stuff like that. And I don't even know that I necessarily had his class. I was just like always in there a lot because like a lot of us like congregated there during like I don't know, seminar or something. But anyway, he was like one of maybe like 2 or 3 like black male teachers that I had throughout my entire like elementary and high school and middle school like career. So he just represented a lot in terms of just being such a great example of a black man in education and in authority, and I don't know, and he was just a very like pleasant person. In college, I'd say Dr. Andrea Walker, she was my advisor and my like counselor and then life coach and like everything. But yeah, she's great, just awesome, like helped me really self-reflect and self-identify, helped me to cope at the, you know, like this weird awkward place of like young adulthood and then like full-on adulthood where we're just like thrust out into the world and you just kind of have to like do it. She just, you know, helped me recognize my own ability and competency at life, which who doesn't, you know, need to hear that from important adults around them. So those are my top 3. Oklahoma, where the wind. Okay, so Oklahoma is where I've been transplanted. I transferred down here to attend ORU, where I graduated from with a degree in psychology, and I did work in adolescent addictions counseling before moving into art full time. And for as long as I've been here, I think a lot of like friends and family have always been like, why are you in Oklahoma? Like, why not, you know, New York or LA? You know, a lot of the markets that most people kind of like immediately think of when it comes to art. And honestly, I had to reconcile all that because I was totally like, hey, wait, why am I not in these places? But first things first, representation matters, and we need the talent, the resources, the skilled individuals everywhere, not just, you know, in these very crowded, competitive markets. And I also realized that success is not an address. It's really not. And just with the way technology works these days and relationships that we develop with clients and community partners all over the world, I can kind of be wherever I want, wherever I need to be, and still be working with other individuals like all over the place.
So who is this?
This is Sketch. How's that for an art dog name? Yeah, this is Sketch Carmichael, and he is 10 months old, and he is my lovely little assistant, precocious, tenacious, all the things. And he's a little noisemaker too. You probably heard him in the background. But yeah, he gets to come to like some of the sites and stuff that I work on whenever I'm doing murals or installations and things. And he's really everybody's favorite. Like, people forget that like I'm actually the main event, the main attraction, and I'm like doing the art. And they're like, oh yeah, your piece is cool or whatever, but you have a puppy! And I'm like, yeah. So he's everybody's favorite, I guess. So my advice to any and every student would be to lean into like all of the discomfort, all of the awkward, all of the I don't know if I can, because you totally can. Fail forward. Life is full of many opportunities to miss the mark, and we should do that often. We really should. Obviously, we want to strive for success, because success is realistic, it's attainable. But we do have to stumble, I think, like along the way, and some experiences and some growth. Like, we need to struggle a little bit. I have certainly had my share of struggle, and on the other side of that, the victory has been that much sweeter, because it's like you really like earn it. Yeah, keep your circle really tight. Find yourself a group of people that really build you up and challenge you and just embrace you for who you are. And always remain your authentic self, no matter what. This is Alexander Tamon, and this is the Backyard Series.